Therefore, my sons, guard the law of Elohim and attain sincerity and walk in trustworthiness, not meddling with the business of your neighbor, but love Yahuwah and your neighbor. Have compassion on the poor and weak. Bow down your back to work the soil and toil in labors in all manner of farming, offering gifts to Yahuwah with thanksgiving. For Yahuwah shall barak you with the first fruits of the land, even as he has barak all the Kodashim from Hebel until now. For no other portion is given to you than of the fatness of the land, whose fruits are raised by toil. For our father Yaakov barak me with barakoth of the land and of first fruits. And Levi and Yehuda were esteemed by Yahuwah even among the sons of Yaakov. For Yahuwah gave them an inheritance, and to Levi he gave the kahuna, and to Yehuda the reign. And therefore obey them and walk in the sincerity of your father. For to Gad it has been given to destroy the armies that are coming upon Yisrael. Chapter 6. Therefore, my sons, know that in the last times your sons shall forsake sincerity and shall cling to insatiable desire, and leaving trustworthiness shall draw near to evil, and forsaking the commands of Yahuwah, they shall cling to Belial, and forsaking farming, they shall follow after their own wicked devices, and they shall be dispersed among the Gentiles and shall serve their enemies. And therefore give these commands to your children, that if they sin, they may the more quickly return to Yahuwah, for he is compassionate and shall deliver them, even to bring them back into their land. He who gathers in summer is a wise son. He who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. He who tills his land is satisfied with bread, but he who pursues vanities is lacking heart. Prepare your outside work and make it fit for yourself in the field. Then you shall build your house. He who tills his land is satisfied with bread, but he who pursues vanities is filled with poverty. I passed by the field of the lazy and by the vineyard of the man lacking heart, and see, it was all overgrown with thorns. Its surfaces was covered with nettles, and its stone. But as for me, I would seek El, and I would submit my case to Elohim, who is doing great and unsearchable deeds, innumerable wonders, who is giving rain on the land's face and is sending waters on the field's face. Better off were those pierced by the sword than those pierced by hunger, for these pine away, pierced through for lack of the fruits of the field. He that tilleth his land shall increase his heap, and he that pleaseth great men shall get pardon for iniquity. Do not hate hard labor or farm work, which was created by the Most High. Truly I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away till all have taken place. The heaven and the land shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest your hearts be weighed down by gluttony and drunkenness and worries of this life, and that day come on you suddenly. Worries of this life means belonging to ordinary life, worldly, pertaining to daily life. So I just wanted to give my testimonial. When me and my husband got married under Yahuwah with no ring and no wedding ceremony, because we didn't have any money, we just wanted to make it right with the Father and not worry about the cares of this world, whether I had a big diamond ring so that I could say yes to my husband. Then we could spend 2 years worrying about how we can afford a wedding and sending out everything, which is so worldly. We just cut right to the chase. And that day I asked Yahweh to make me a prudent wife. And a few months later, he showed me his true name and his son's real name. And then I was having a nannying job, and the Ruach was just teaching me all the stuff in my home that I needed to do as a prudent wife. And I just kept fasting and praying for months. What could I do? Because then I had a nannying job and I was like, Father, what do I do about this nannying job? So I just kept fasting and praying because it was a lot. Learning how to take care of my home, be a prudent wife, work the land. I was becoming extremely overwhelmed and irritable. I was burning out. So I started fasting and praying on how not to burn out. And the Father was like, who instructed you to go get that nannying job? And it was me, by the way. I instructed myself to go get that nannying job so Michael and I could have some more money to pay off our bills. So anyway, I was instructed to quit my nannying job and learn how to be a prudent wife and not to worry about money. And literally, family, I've been meditating on this, and I have fallen off track this whole time because my own evil was instructing me and my backslidings were reproving me, meaning I was getting punished because his fear was not in me. So now that his fear is in me, I obeyed and I listened. I quit my nannying job. And then my husband got a raise where it brought us enough money that I didn't need to go work. So because I put my trust in Yahuwah and believed him, I've just been set free of the matrix. Really, we're all being enslaved in the matrix in some level in our subconscious or conscious mind that we need to break free of. So there's nowhere in the book of instruction where he told us to stop working the land and to worry about health insurance and marriages and multiple cars and vacations. And the old me used to be worried about traveling around the world and having enough money to do that and doing that. And now it's like, do I have enough money to take care of my husband and I and give to the poor? Truly, we must give to the poor. This world is going to pass away, but Baruch are those who give to the poor. We cannot forget the poor and we cannot forget our land. So I used to literally go to Nordstrom every week when I was in the world to get new clothes. And on my healing journey, I wore baggy clothes for years because I didn't have any money, but I needed to afford organic seeds and soil and organic food. So my priorities shift. All praise and esteem to the Most High. Now, if you stayed this far, I want to read 3rd Baruch chapter 10. And when I had learned all these things from the chief messenger, he took me and led me into the 4th heaven. And I saw a monotonous plain, and in the middle of it, a pool of water. And there were multitudes of birds in it of all kinds, but not like those here on the land. But I saw a crane as great oxen, and all the birds were great beyond those in the world. And I asked the messenger, what is the plain, and what is the pool, and what the multitudes of birds around it? And the messenger said, listen, Baruch, the plain which contains the pool in it and other wonders is the place where the souls of the righteous come when they hold converse, living together in choirs. But the water is that which the clouds receive and rain on the earth, and the fruits increase. And I said again to the messengers of Yahuwah, but what are these birds? And he said to me, they are those who continually sing praise to Yahuwah. And I said, Master? And how do men say that the waters which descend in rain is from the sea? And the messenger said, the water which descends in the rain, this is also from the sea and from the waters on earth. But that which stimulates the fruits is only from the latter source. Know, therefore, henceforth, that from this source is what is called the dew of heaven. Hallelujah.